Hello everyone and welcome back to another RC in Motion video. I am your host, John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith. My name is his name too. And today we are going to build this thing. I have my surgeon gloves on because, I don't know, I just don't want to get these axles like full of grease and fingerprints. They're so beautiful. Look at this. Look at the detail on this. Look at this SSD. Look at this cover. D60. Oh my god, it's amazing. Okay, so what are we gonna do today? We are going to build one axle and fast forward the other because I really don't want to bore you guys, and I'm pretty sure you guys are following up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the kind of good stuff, and now on YouTube. So today we have an assortment of parts and I am going to flash right through everything. That way you guys can see this build. I didn't go with any HD gears because this build is not for a competition. It's not more of a hardcore crawler. It's just a trail truck pretty much for semi-rough terrain, not hardcore rocks where I need that extra grip up front or in the rear. So we are going to keep it to the stock 43, I believe, tooth gear, and I don't even know, 13 or 16, I believe, for the front and the rear. Now, we've chosen some products here, and the first one, as you can see, were the axles. I picked these up at RPP Hobby, which, by the way, they are amazing and they ship real quick too. We have Team Fast Eddie. If you guys don't know about Team Fast Eddie, he's been out in the hobby for a while now, but he has some awesome bearings, and these are the Axial XCX10 full bearing kit. So we're gonna put these on. That way this rig has a brand new set of bearings, even though I had some bearings, but I really wanted to go with Fast Eddie bearings. The screw kit, as always, you guys should know it by now. Team K&K. And these guys provide some awesome hardware. Look at this, stainless steel. No rust whatsoever. And they are good to go. We also went with the scale diff lockers because I am so fed up with the stock ones. I really don't like that design, case, and locker. Why not go with one full locker? And it looks scales. I know it's in there. It's nothing to show. I mean, you won't be able to see it, but I know it's in there, and it creates a good conversation piece, I guess, if you want. So we have the Grip Fab machine lockers. You can check all these guys out on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. They're everywhere. We're gonna go dive into this really quick, and we're gonna start putting up these screws. We're gonna start putting up the gears here for the rear. So with the Grip Fab lockers, there's an array of just holes that have been tapped into the locker itself. So you wanna just line them up. We are done with the gear and the locker. So as you can see, we have some Team K&K hardware there, and we have the Grip Fab locker. Let's crack open this Team Fast Eddie bearing kit. So we're gonna put one at the end of this one, and we're gonna put one at the other end. I'm gonna put one bearing there. There we have it. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so we have those in there. We can go ahead and pop in the output shaft, grease up the gear. You can go ahead and pop that gear in, and there we go. So you have this little spacer here where you have to pretty much seat the bearings. So let's go ahead and set these screws. And there we have it. We have the gear locker and the bearings in the output shaft with the bearings there too. We have about 10 screws that go around. So we had a bit of a technical error. The battery on the camera actually died throughout the process of the front axle, and since then I have removed my surgical gloves. But they are done. Here are all the parts. These parts will be in the description below. That way you guys can find them for yourself. And everything that's been used is right here, and the axles are done, and let's get it done. As you can see with these axles, the only difference of these axles to the stock axles is that you don't have to tighten down the two halves. This is a whole solid piece, making it more durable and more reliable for crawling or scaling. In this case, we will be trailing slash kind of rock crawling a little bit, but it gives it a nice scale look, keeps everything nice and tight and durable, as well as a solid piece instead of having two halves, and the halves can warp every now and then. But for the front, we did install here, as you can see, the panhard bar attachment that was included in the axles. So we since installed them. Since we will be running a panhard, we went ahead and put that in. And put the cross members. I did switch out the screws for about 10mm screws for the cross members. That way they're nice and sturdy. This front setup with these knuckles, the C-hubs, I'm sorry, they have about a 5-degree turn that you can clock them. So if you want to run your tires, I guess up negative camber, you'd have to just give them one turn. But it's about a 5 degrees, so you want to be careful with that because it can hurt your tires or your axles. For the universal, we went with the Top CAD HD front universal. Now, I've ran these universals in the past, and as you can see in my intro, these universals did snap, but it's because they were on a 10-pound rig, and that rig took a heavy tumble. With this one, I'm not afraid of putting these universals on, even though those old ones snapped, because with this rig we are not going to do any hardcore crawling or tumbling or rolling over. This is strictly for scale, for trail runs, and it's not going to take that much of an abuse like the other rig. So I put these on. I went with this choice because it's a better option when you're looking at universals versus axial universals. They're the same exact thing. But I went ahead and put them in the front. Till the next one, guys, and thank you for your support, and stay tuned for part 2.